Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you some of my top 10 homeschooling favorites on Amazon. So this video is actually a collab with my friend Shasta over at Abiding Farmhouse. So make sure to check out the link to her channel down below to check out her favorites as well. So I'm not just going to be sharing things like just supplies or things like that. I'm going to be sharing kind of a wide range of things that have become some favorites in our homeschool. So the first thing that I'm going to start with is actually our pencil sharpener. So it may not look like much. It does need to be emptied though. But it is a Westcott Halo Eye Point pencil sharpener. Now I unplugged it, but this one actually plugs in, which I prefer over anything battery powered. It does cost a little bit more for the one that plugs in, but I figure you're definitely gonna save by not buying batteries for the battery powered one. We've actually had this pencil sharpener. This will be going into our third school year with this pencil sharpener. And if you guys don't know, if you're new to my channel, I have 6 kids and it is used constantly all day, every day, not just for school, but my kids love to draw, so they're always sharpening pencils and colored pencils and all that kind of stuff. So this definitely is worth I think it's $19, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, so the next thing is actually, I don't really want to call it a toy because it is great for learning. And so anyway, but I guess it kind of is in the toy category, but it can count as school as well, like enrichment type stuff for school. But my boys especially, well, my girls do too, they love snap circuits. So this is the first set that we got my oldest son. And then he also got this one, which it's compatible with the other sets, but also it's compatible with Legos. And this is actually really cool. So there are all kinds of things you can do with it. So these are just really fun to play with. There's what they do is basically they are connecting the circuits to make things like sounds or laser lights with sounds, changing sound levels, building structures, and making different houses and things like that while using the circuits depending on which set you use, if you get the brick structure set. But my kids really like these and they are just really fun, and it's a great enrichment activity, and also something really great when you are working with some of your other kids and you want your waiting child to be engaged in something other than an electronic device. You can definitely pull these out and it will keep them entertained, but also learning while they are waiting. Okay, so while we're on the subject of something more along the lines of a toy for homeschooling, those enrichment activities, let's talk about some game schooling. Playing games and board games during school time is a wonderful way to just really enrich that learning and take it a little further and make it fun. And a couple of games that we really like, one of them is called Sum Swamp. And in this one, it is working on addition and subtraction. It has them recognize things like odd and even numbers and things like that. You can have up to 4 players. And it's just a really fun, my kids really love it. And the little critters that you can play as, they're really cute too. So that's a bonus. So the next game that I'm going to share with you that is on one of my, or that would be on my must-have list for Amazon, is called Words SWAT. So this is a well-loved game by my kids. Who doesn't love, when you're a kid, swatting and slapping things as quickly as you can? So this is just a great game. You can do it as either spotting or swatting, either one, if the swatting is a little too much for your kids. But there are 5 different levels, and you can tell the levels by the color coding on the cards. and it has 220 of the Dolch sight words. So this is just a really fun game. My kids always get really competitive. Sometimes there are some tears, but overall it's a really fun game, and I do highly recommend it as just a way to break up the typical learning in your day. So the next thing is something that I actually got for my toddler just to keep her occupied while we are doing school. So I have a lot of different things like this that I use with her, but this is one that can also be used for her early learning, and it is Pen Control and Tracing. It is a wipe clean book, so it's pretty good quality. It's, you know, that wipe clean kind of material, but it's tracing lines and diagonals, curved and patterns, straight line patterns, line matching. So this is just something really fun, and the best part about it, it's only around $5. So this is a great one, and they also make different ones, like they have the ABCs and stuff like that, but for $5, this is just a great little must-have if you have little hands that need to be busy while you're trying to do school with your older ones. Okay, so let's talk about supplies. So I did talk about the pencil sharpener, but let's talk about the actual pencils that go with it. So I used to be a public school teacher, and so I think this has become ingrained in me as the absolute best and only pencils that we will use in our homeschool. Now there are some times when my kids get these kind of pencils. These I think are from like the Dollar Spot, the Dr. Seuss special ones. As you can see, the eraser's already gone and the pencil has barely been used. So that's why we go with these bad boys. So Ticonderoga, it really is what it says, the world's best pencil. They're really sturdy. The erasers are amazing on them, and they sharpen really well. The pencil sharpeners don't eat them, as I like to put it. They are just really, really good quality, and you really truly get what you pay for with pencils. So Ticonderoga are a must in our family. Now on Amazon, you can usually get a pretty good deal. I will link it down below, but I think you get like 90 something pencils for only $10, which when you think about it, that is a ton of pencils. So that big pack actually will last us an entire school year, actually a little bit longer. But yeah, so these are a must for our homeschool, just because of the quality. All right, so while we're on the subject of writing utensils, let's talk about pens. So I am a mom who happens to absolutely love pens. I love trying out new ones, different colors, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to talk about 3 that I have constantly come back to. Actually, one of the 3 is a newer one that I have tried, and I absolutely love it. So the first one is friction pens. I think most people know what these are by now. So these pens are pretty awesome. I will give you a downfall here in just a second, but what's cool about these is they use friction, because this is not an actual eraser, but these pens are erasable, but they erase with friction. Now, the reason they erase with friction is because friction is something that produces heat. So basically, the heat deactivates the pen coloring on your paper. So one downside to that is that if you leave something in your hot car or like in direct sunlight or something, it can make the ink fade out. So I actually wrote something in my planner and left it open in the front seat of my car. It was just a mistake, and it had dissolved, like it had made the color go away. So that is one downside with the heat, is that with these friction pens, it will make the ink fade out. So be aware of that, but I do love friction pens. The next pen I absolutely love, but I don't have in my possession currently, is because my daughters always use them. But they are my InkJoy pens. I love my InkJoy pens. They come in many joyous colors, which is one of the reasons why I love them. So InkJoy pens are fantastic, but this one right here, I think is going to win out, in my opinion, of pens. Put my hand there so it will come up a little better. So this is made by Pentel. It is called Energel. It is a liquid gel ink, but it does dry instantly, so there's no smearing, which I love. But what I love about it is, I don't know if you can see that, but it is a needle tip pen. Now, it comes in two thicknesses. This one is a 0.7, but they do have a 0.5, which I kind of want to try because I love like the super fine needlepoint stuff. But what's nice about it is it's not like, you know how some stuff that's super fine point almost scratches the paper. This glides on the paper. I absolutely love these pens. So these are the Pentel Energel pens. So just have to get my pen talk in there. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is these Julia Rothman books. Now, these I think are pretty widely known about, but we love these books. The illustrations are amazing. So this is the Nature Anatomy one. They do have a Farm Anatomy one, and I can't remember the other one, but I just recently got, and I don't know where it is right now, the Ocean Anatomy one, because we are actually doing the marine biology unit from The Good and the Beautiful for our summer school session. So and it's amazing. But anyway, so these are definitely an awesome addition to your homeschool. They are wonderful if you do any kind of nature study, but they are also wonderful just for your science in general. Even if you don't do nature study, they're just a great reference guide, and they're just fun to look at. So these are definitely a must on our homeschool shelf. So make sure to check these out as well if you haven't, because they are pretty stinking awesome. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about, I am ill prepared to talk about because I don't have it up here with me, but it is my laminator. But I do, however, keep this upstairs with my homeschool stuff. My oldest son actually sleeps downstairs, and that is where my laminator is on my overflow shelf. So I didn't want to go down there while he's sleeping. But anyway, so I do have these just for reference, but laminators, guys, they are like, I hate to say it, but kind of life-changing for homeschool. I love to laminate all the things. I like it. It's pretty cheap, like cost-wise, because at first I didn't even explore getting a laminator because I just assumed that they were going to be kind of pricey. But I think I got mine on sale for around $20, and it came with some laminating pouches. But then of course, you know, you have to buy more. And so, but this is a pretty big pack, and I don't remember how much I paid for this on Amazon, but it really wasn't all that bad, and I think it was on sale for good too. Anyway, I will link it down below. But I love my laminator. It just helps to, especially with like sight word cards or anything that you're gonna use often or through multiple kids, and you don't want anything to happen to it, it's a great idea to laminate those things. All right, so the last thing is a printer. Okay, so for years we had a Brother LaserJet printer, and I absolutely loved my LaserJet, loved my Brother printer. It uses toner instead of ink cartridges. However, I really it was starting to kind of not do as well, and it was also just black and white, and I really wanted a color printer. So I looked back at the Brother LaserJets to upgrade to the color one. However, I had heard amazing things about both HP printers, but also the Epson EcoTank. So I looked at both of them, and I actually ended up going with the HP, and this is the main reason why. The Instant Ink program. So just so you know, okay, so first of all, I got this printer right here on sale for only $59 at Target. I think the last time I looked, it was around $99 at Target. It's not on sale anymore because I bought it back in like March, I think. But this printer, it is a 3-in-1. You can put your stuff in here to copy, and it will feed it through automatically, so you can do multiple pages at once. or you can do it just like a regular copier. As you can see, I left something in there. Anyway, so you can do it both ways. It is a wireless printer, and I'm trying to see if it, there we go. It also will scan, it will fax, all of that good stuff. So, so I am really enjoying this printer. So I got it in March. I printed a ton. The cartridges it came with, they're kind of smaller cartridges, but when you do this Instant Ink program, you get a certain amount of months for free when you sign up, but you can go as cheap as $5 a month. And what that means is they will monitor the levels of ink in your printer. And when you are close to running out of ink, they will automatically send you new cartridges in the mail. And you don't have to pay $30-something per cartridge for ink cartridges, because you're just paying that monthly fee. So if I did a cost breakdown, it was much cheaper to do things that way than to even buy cartridges of ink, or especially to even do the toner and the Brother printers and all that kind of stuff. So, and like I said, I haven't even had to pay for ink yet. I think my free subscription runs out in August. And then after that, I have chosen just I think the lowest plan for $5 or something. This says 2-month free trial, but when I got on the website to register everything, it actually, I think, gave me 6 months. So anyway, so yeah, I really, really like this printer. The only thing is, it does not hold a ton of paper at a time, and that's just the model I got. But that's totally fine with me anyway, that it doesn't hold like a ton of paper. So when it runs out, one of the kids even runs in here and puts a stack in again. And so yeah, it's been wonderful. But the quality of printing, the quality of color has been phenomenal. I can hold it side by side to like a hard copy of a curriculum and then do like a PDF printed copy, and it looks identical in the coloring. It's just really, really good quality. So I feel like I lucked out on an awesome deal with this particular printer right here. So I'm not sure if this is still available, but I will try to find it on Amazon and link it down below, because we are really, really liking this printer. And I hate to say it, but I actually think I like it better than my Brother printer that I had for so many years. So I do want to add that any of the things that I've mentioned here in this video today will be linked down in my description box below. So make sure that you check those out. It is affiliate links. It does not cost you any extra to order through those links. So those links are there if you are interested in any of the things I am talking about today. So that is everything, and I would love to know, what are some of your homeschooling favorites from Amazon as well? Put them down in the comments down below. And thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to pop over to Shasta's channel and check out her video as well. I can't wait to see what some of her favorites were, and I hope that you guys have a blessed day. Thanks so much.